Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ebro and Laura and Rosenberg and our friend Erica Ford representing Queens, New York. Life camp and all that.
Yes.
But she
All
has a
that.
book out and is popping today.
The Peace Doctor Playbook. The Peace Doctor Playbook. So yesterday was a humongous day. I was, not only did I have a billboard on Fifth Avenue,
Yeah,
but I was in the window at Barnes and
there
Nobles.
you go.
It was
Mm.
like, first of all, I don't know anyone who was in a window on Fifth Avenue. I don't know anyone, right?
I don't think I know anybody either.
Word. So when I walked up to the window and saw me in the window, like my mother used
That's
to take me
crazy.
to Fifth Avenue to see the window when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Is all we could do is look in the window because we couldn't afford to buy nothing.
there you go.
Now I'm not only in the window, I'm on sale inside the store.
There you go.
Crazy.
You
Bad.
know?
Congratulations, man.
Yo,
Amazing. We're
So
so
wait,
proud of you.
thank you.
so the Peace Doctor Playbook, everybody go get the book. You know, Erica, who has been working, literally giving her whole being to keeping our streets safe and trying to save families and kids for over 30 years in this city. We've detailed on the show how that took its toll on your physical,
Yes.
and you went on a whole physical healing journey for
Yeah.
many years over the last couple years.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How does all of that is in the book and how it
Yeah.
all plays together, correct?
So what is it? This is the tools that I used on the young people for the last 37 years
Yeah.
and the tools that I use on myself to get healthy again,
Right.
right? Because it's a mind game, it's a physical game. So last year this time I wore a size 0.
Mm.
This outfit that I have on now is a size 10. So I got my weight back.
But people may not even know that, Erica, that you lost, like, I think it was, you told me at one point, 50 pounds, 60 pounds,
62,
62.
62
Wow.
pounds in a
Oh my.
month.
And
In a
what was
month.
the ailment and what was the physical ailment that you were going through?
I was doing too much. So it was my eosinophils. Most people have 2,000 eosinophils. I had 200,000 eosinophils in my body.
And what
So there
is
was
that? What
nothing.
does that do? What's an
It's
EO?
the white blood cell that fights off when you have infections or disease or whatever. Those are the blood cells that are going to fight back. And
Mm.
so there was nothing for them to fight, so they were fighting me, and
Mm.
they were deteriorating. So my whole nervous system collapsed,
Oh
and
my
I just
goodness.
was done. I couldn't. I
And
was
did and
done.
did
It
your
was
did
time.
your medical professionals and whoever you were working with, had they identified the correlation between the stress of your life and what you had given to this, or was this
Yes.
just something hereditary or all the
No,
above?
it's the stress on your body. It's the toll that you put on your body. It's the food that you eat because moving around at that time, I'm eating junk food for all of my, you know, I'm eating
Life.
junk food. So yeah. So
Mm.
all of that, it just accumulates. It
Yeah,
accumulates. It accumulates on your body. And so what I do is break down plays, right? Because we every champion has a playbook.
that's right.
Right? Every championship, every team that wins, they win because they execute the playbook. And so this is the playbook for life, right? Because you and your family, you and your job, you and your business, whatever it is, y'all have to have plays that you go by. You can't get distracted by the noise. Like if I would have listened to the world, I wouldn't be on Fifth Avenue in the bookstore, right? And people could still come and see me in the window until the 31st. It comes down on the 31st.
And so the
So
Barnes and Noble on Fifth Avenue, are you doing a book reading or a book signing or
a
both
book
or
sign, a
book
book
signing?
signing
Okay.
and photos,
Well,
right?
congratulations on that, and big up to you, and thank you for taking the time to join the program today.
No
And
doubt, no doubt, no
and once
doubt.
again, the title of the book is
The Peace Doctor Playbook. The
Peace.
Peace
And
Doctor
how did
Playbook.
and Erica, can you just give us? Obviously, people want to go out and buy the book, but give us like a taste. You call it a playbook. How does the book actually read? Is it like a normal book, or is there actually kind of instruction in there too? What's the format?
It's all instructions, workbook, journal. You're going over your goals. You're checking in every week. So I do a weekly check-in, and I'm working through people's goals. through people's plans, through each place. So I'm opening the book right now, right? And just randomly open it. And it's week number 3. And it says, your word is bond. Be honest, open, and above board.
Mm.
Integrity is non-negotiable. Most people aren't integrable, and so it gives you tools on how to help yourself be a person of integrity, right? Or how to
Mm.
identify people who are not people of integrity that is around you. It's keeping your circle small and tight and focused, having accountability partners, really tapping into what it is you want to do, most importantly, and then how do you get there. And so it's the same tools that I use on the young people that I worked with for the last 37 years, you know.
Erica
Wow.
Ford, you you have been someone who also paved the way all the way to the White House, to give the White House a plan to help reduce crime in neighborhoods. And
Yes,
there
yes,
was an office.
Right.
yes.
I believe
It was
this new
the White
administration has
House.
gotten rid of that office,
Yes, and everything surrounding it. Yes, it has.
and that was
And
the
and what I,
Office of Gun Violence Prevention.
correct, the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention with Deputy Director Greg Jackson and Rob, who are now just working other places. But what I say to people is that, you know, we've been doing this for a long time
Mm.
before any office and anything. And so we got to go through 4 years. Ain't no executive order going to stop us. Ain't no, firing of people that the people will determine. We have to determine. And that's why I wrote the playbook, right? Because we can't allow fear to guide us, right? We have to be intentional. We have to be focused. We have to be organized. We have to be professional, and we have to be disciplined.
And
And we have to
calm,
follow
and
the
calm,
plan
and calm.
and calm, because some people might have saw the video that went viral of me not being calm, right? When the police ran up in my office, I
I
went
wasn't
from
calm
zero to
watching
a
that video.
hundred. I went from 0 to 100 real quick. I didn't use any of the plays. I got an audible thrown. I got fumbled. I got tackled, but I got back up and I picked up the playbook and I went
That's
back
right.
to, focus. And that's what it's about. We're human, right? So we're not always going to be perfect, but we got something to guide us. And it really helped guide me because, like, I could have pulled it. There's a lot of different things I could have did, but it's
Yeah,
bigger than me. It's bigger than me, right? And I know it wasn't about no warrant, right? It wasn't about no young people with a gun. We work with young people with a gun. That's all you're gonna see coming in and out my office.
right,
That's
right.
exactly who you're gonna see. And so, I don't want people to be distracted by the headlines, right? It's about a new type of policing and a new type of relationship that this government everywhere is going to have with the people, right? Like, let's not get tricked by, oh, I'm in New York, I'm okay. No, we're not, right? We see what's happening at Columbia. We see what happened with us. Like, let's not get twisted.
We
Let's
see what's
just stay
happening when people are
disciplined.
coming back through customs with their passports and they're going through their phones.
Oh, I didn't even see that. See,
Yeah,
there's
Oh,
another,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's so much. You gotta stay on point. So if you know, for example, if you know there's something wrong with you, maybe you can't travel for the next 4 years, right?
Mm,
You might not be able to go out the country, right?
yeah.
If you want to come back into the country and not be detained, you gotta move smart. You
Hmm.
can't be loud if you know somebody's looking for you, right? You gotta be smart. You got to be smart. And they're paying people to turn people in. So, if somebody's low on cash, they might turn yourself in.
That's
So
right.
you got to stay focused, you know,
And
the
Erica, the video we saw of them alleging they had a warrant to come to Life Camp Inc. And take computers and all of that. That video, you and I haven't really got into detail, but since we're talking about it right now, the claim was that they had,
I'll tell you. They did have a warrant. What the
yeah,
problem is not the warrant, right? The problem is they should have just called me, right? We co-produce public safety in New York City with NYPD.
right.
So call me. You don't have to um you don't have to come in with 15 police with an attempt to try to get a video camera.
And
Just call me,
has your
right? And
relationship with the NYPD been compromised in some way to your
oh,
knowledge?
very much. Very much.
When,
Very much.
before that incident.
No, not before that. That's why I was so shocked. That's why I was so shocked as to why they didn't call me or call my chief of streets. We set up a structure. It took us like 12 years to build what we have in terms of co-producing public safety. Most of the people didn't want to work with the police, right?
Right.
But we told them they exist in our community and we have to co-produce. We cannot exist in a vacuum and try to negotiate for our young people if we don't have a relationship,
And so, where's the
right? And so,
relationship today with the NYPD and Life Camp?
so I have not spoken to anyone in NYPD
Since
as of
that
yet. No
incident.
one, correct. They have not, I asked for a meeting with the commissioner. That has not happened. You know, I have not met with, because this is a question of precedent,
Right.
right? This can't be a precedent that you're going to run up inside. You're going to destroy the work that is more valuable than any one individual. The work is more valuable than the commissioner. It's
So,
more valuable than
Erica, let me
the command
ask you. Let
officer.
me ask you. Are you getting the feeling that the NYP doesn't care about the work that organizations like yours does and have done for 30 years to try to quell street violence? Do you feel like there is a movement to, I guess, I don't know, destabilize in some way or discredit?
So what I can say, I can't. What I can say that I was disrespected,
Right,
right? That I was disrespect. The way that they came into my office was disrespectful. They did
right.
not have to do that. They know they did not have to do that, and they disrespected me. They disrespected the community, and they disrespected the organization. The fact that no one has called me yet, it maintains the disrespect,
Right.
right? Or it just says, Erica, you're not worthy of us reaching out to
And
you,
we
right?
don't
You're
care
not
how you
important.
feel or the communities that you
Exactly.
serve.
Exactly. Exactly. You're not valuable to us. Because if I was valuable to them, they would have reached out. Because I know if it happened in another community, they would have been there immediately.
Right.
They would have been there and addressed those people immediately and addressed that organization immediately. And so that's why we gotta, I gotta rock the plays because I can't take it personal, right? I gotta stay on point. Can't get distracted by
Well,
the noise.
and this is my speculation, not yours, but you would think that because you have a former NYPD officer as mayor who is also black and claims to care about how black people feel in the city, that you as an organization and a black woman representing a black community, you would have heard from someone.
Yeah. And so the mayor had his people contact me.
Okay, good.
Right. The deputy mayor contacted me, and the mayor's sentiment was he wanted it resolved.
Okay, good. I think
Right,
that's healthy.
because of what you just said. Um, he knows NYPD, and he knows me, and he wanted it resolved.
Got it.
Now, what resolved? And then there was a transition in his office at the same time. So some of the people that we met with might not even be there anymore.
So now you got to try to figure it out again.
Right. There's a new deputy mayor of public safety. There's new folks. So, so hopefully we can move forward in a very productive kind of way, because this whole thing is bigger than all of us. And, we know what our young people are going to do. And in this time of Trump, we have to protect our young people and protect our programs and really stay focused on winning. And winning is living a life full of free of violence and, you know,
And using
peace
the
at its
and
forefront
using the peace doctor's playbook.
as a guide.
There you go. Erica Ford. One last question before we let you go. You're out in the streets, you're out in the community, your health is back in order, you're moving around, you're smiling, you're glowing, you're looking amazing.
Thank you,
With the
Ken.
stresses of the political climate, with what we're hearing about public services being cut, with, all of the things, what is happening in the streets of New York City right now with young people? Is there more violence, less violence, same? Are we going in the right direction? What's happening?
They crashing. If you notice, everyone is getting locked up.
Yeah.
They crashing. They crashing,
Kids are
and
crashing out.
yeah, it's a sad sight because they putting every they going to jail, right? These kids need to wake up. Like OGs need to talk to these young kids. It's over. It's New World Order in effect 1,000%. They are putting these kids. The kid in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, they just gave him a RICO. They giving them
Yeah.
RICOs.
Yep.
They letting them
Them
do dumb
gang.
shit
They.
after dumb shit
That's
after
right.
dumb, and then they giving them RICOs.
So I
Right?
had.
So
A,
they need to.
I've been having this theory, and I've been asking people what we, because it's the '80s all over again, right? Like this is cut Reagan all over again. Social services getting cut. You know what I mean? People panicking, people hustling in the hood or doing whatever they think they got to do to survive. And I kept saying, so what's going to be the new crack? What's the thing this time that people gonna think, oh, I'm doing something, I'm getting ahead, or I'm doing what I gotta do, but ultimately it's a dead end.
No, it's not a dead end. They're gonna be selling the Peace Doctor Playbook. They're gonna be rocking the blocks with the Peace
There you
Doctor
go. There
Playbook,
you
There
hand
you
go.
in
go.
hand sales, rocking that, taking it
There you
10%.
go.
Let's go.
But it is a lot of this activities, gang activity on the Instagrams and social media,
Yeah.
and
They don't have no real income.
right.
It's
Yeah.
they don't have no real income. I'm not, and that's why they crashing. They robbing. They robbing again. There's a lot of robbing.
Yeah.
People are hungry, and that's why we gotta move different. And when you look at 180,000 people losing their job in the federal government, what does the opportunity does that open up for your kid in the future? Right? What does that open up for your kid? Like you gotta, it ain't. It's game time, right? And we all in the final quarter, and we gotta lock in so that we can win for our children. Cause it ain't the same as people thought that I could just get over or just work 3 jobs and no, you got to be on top of your kid. You got to be making sure
Well,
that
and you
they're
got to be on top
excelling.
of your mental health and physical health, and you got to
And
simplify and really get to this
Mhm.
Peace Doctor Playbook and make sure you send it
exactly.
on your square, calm, and
Right.
collected.
Because people will take you off your square every day. So you got to be, in your head game.
There
You
she
know,
is, Erica Ford. We love you. We here.
Congrats,
love you
Erica.
too.
Very
Congrats,
cool.
Congrats on the
Thank
Enjoyed
you.
Erica.
it.
book,
Thank
and
you.
and please keep us up on what's going on around the community because I am hearing the stories. A lot of people getting locked up, a
A
lot of people
lot.
going to jail. Lives are being
Ricos
changed
too.
forever. Yeah,
Let's understand. There's a difference between getting locked up and getting a RICO charge. They're
right.
getting RICOs,
Yeah,
racketeering.
yeah.
Wake up, kids. Wake
Gang
up.
activity, you'll get it.